Hello, my name is Eddie with Fast Eddie's Appliance Repair. We're here today looking at a Samsung dryer. Customers complain to their heating element going bad quite often, repetitively, like once every 2 years, year, 2 years. We're thinking probably have vent issues, something to do with that. But what we're going to main thing we're going to do here is go ahead and diagnose for a heating element or a heating issue. It's confirmed that we've ran the dryer. It does not heat. We've already, ran it for like, 5 minutes. Made sure there was no heat. Set it on time dry. Still no heat. Okay. So that's not to be confused with not drying. We made sure that there's actually no heat coming out of it. When I say that, you can have a backed up vent and still not dry your clothes and still have heat. So, but this is actually no heat. We're going to just take it apart. On this particular model, all you have to do is pull up on that front like that. Got some plugs here. Just like so. Cameraman. Catch here, catch here, for the front panel. Got screw here, screw here. Got your plug here. Don't forget about that. You're gonna plug it immediately. Okay, cameraman. We got access to that element. See them two wires there? Okay. The red and that blue wire. Okay. We're gonna kill the power to it, and then we're gonna put an ohm check to that. Let's go ahead and get an ohm meter. Go ahead and unplug this. You can kind of whip it up out of the way for the moment. Okay. Get our ohm meter, and we got to set it to ohms or diode mode. This one right here, which is, it'll kind of scream at us if we got continuity. Okay. No, I got it. Okay. You can hear that? We have contact on our element. Our element is good. So our element is not bad today.
Oh, really?
So we're going to be looking at our thermal cutout.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull this screw right here. And as we pull this out, we're going to start testing our element, our thermals as we pull this out. Okay. You're going to lift up on this, off this base. You got to separate it right here. There's actually a little tab that slides in there. There, okay. I do want to go ahead and take this loose. Not for the element, but this is always dirty. Just about every time I get in here and I do one of these, it's dirty. Hey, see, there's just a little bit in there. That little bit keeps your lint screen from going down in there. So if you ever get your lint screen where it's keeping up right here, like where you don't, it won't match up here. I usually, because this is dirty right here. So we got that loose. We should be able to get this out of here. Okay, so here's the next trick. So we can't get this out of here from this point, right? You agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We can't get that out of there from that point, right? Ain't coming out. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and take these 2 screws loose. Pop those 2 screws out. Now, what you want to do is lift up on that part, and you're going to push back. And there's 2 tabs up underneath this. See those 2 tabs? So you gotta push it back, kind of up on it, and then pull out. That's how you go. That's how. So right now, so when it's in there, when it starts with, pull the 2 screws out. Then you're gonna push back on it, okay, and then you can pull up because you gotta get the angle to pull them out with. Now we got our heating element. Char. Ooh, look at that. Melted wire. Looks healthy, doesn't it?
No.
Makes me like take a breath right there. I wonder if we got a shorted element or something. That's not good. I'm gonna have to replace some wires. Well, we're gonna right there's the reason why we're not getting continuity. So let's go ahead and check our thermal fuse here. Check our thermal fuse, see what we're getting. Getting continuity to the thermal fuse, continuity to the thermostat. But now I'm going to point this out that I don't like the fact that this is burnt. I want to find an absolute reason, which that's the real loose. So it could be just that. We'll probably replace the thermals on it. We may replace the whole assembly, being how this is short, being how this is like it is. I've had a few units where we try to replace just thermals and put wires on it, and they don't want to repair until you actually just replace the whole assembly. Old Amana dryers were bad about that. So let's just we're gonna see what we need to do here, and then we'll get back with you when we go to putting it back together here once we decide what we're gonna do.
Let me start.
Okay, this is Eddie again. After a further review, we looked at our wires here. We're able to, you know, we're able to make sure that some of these are going to work. If you look at those ends, they ain't too bad. Once I cut back the bad stuff, everything looks like it's going to work. I am going to change those thermals there. This one, that one looks tight, but this one was the one that burned up, so I don't trust it. So we're gonna do the kit on it. Do a cutoff kit on it, and trim back these terminals and put it back together, and we should be good to go. So this plane went from it was a bad element to it was a wire problem to it was just terminals, and we're gonna go ahead and replace these with it. Okay. I don't know. I'm probably not going to go ahead and videotape me unscrewing these. Because I'm just going to unscrew these. You know, I turn back these wires. I'm going to put them at the shortest distance from whatever terminal I can get it to. Like, see, from right here to here. And then right there to there. And then, but the other thing is you want to make sure anytime you do work on excuse me, anytime that you do work on one of these dryers and you replace any of those terminals and you've unplugged these things, you need to take that terminal, okay, make sure you get a little crimp going on there. Just a little bit of tension. You don't want to flatten it out. You just want to give back its tension. Flip it around there. You just want to give back the tension to that thing. See, look. See that? I know you've seen that one. Same here. See that? Yeah. So it all takes just a little bit. And when you go to put them back on, try not to wiggle them. You try to keep them straight and even. When you go to put them back on, although once you collapse these things down, they're going to be really tight. So you might end up wiggling them a little bit, but the point is that you want these things to be tight when you put them back on. Otherwise, you're going to get stuff burnt out like that one did. All right. So we'll take this back up once I get these pulled apart. We're going to get the new ones crimped on. What I'm probably going to go ahead and do is take these off. Never mind. Okay, we decided to go ahead and do the element also. So this is how we're going to do this. First off, to do just the element on these, you got to take at least one screw off of one of these thermals. We've already removed both of them, so we don't have to worry about doing that. Actually, I'm going to put one of them back, just so you can see how that's done. So you only need to remove one screw out of your thermals there. Then you got to remove there's 4 screws there and 3 screws on this side. And also there's some tabs you have to pry on right there. Okay, you have to pry those tabs, and then you have any tabs here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this and we'll come back. Well, let's see if I can do it. Put one down. Okay, I'm just going to unscrew these real quick. Okay, well, at this point, getting this element out of here is a little easier than what it's going to be to put it back in. So, we took loose the screws, you know, all the way around it. This little piece, that little tab right there is kind of hanging, so it's going to hang it all together, which ain't too bad a deal, luckily for me. Yours will dangling, yours won't probably be dangling like that. Actually, turn that off. So basically, make sure you get your thermals on the outside on that side. And if you look at this, make sure your wire is feeding that direction. Okay. If you look at that, your square plug is going to fit right. The square part of the element is going to fit right here between the two thermal sensors. So separate that. Place. Okay. So what you gotta do is you line up get one hole line up, and then you just start working your way around it. Put your screw in loosely. Okay. We got a little ahead of ourselves here. I already got the element back in place. But basically, you just got to start with one spot. You know, leave your screw head loose. You know, at first. You know, and then just keep working that element in there until you get all your screw holes to line up. Just one at a time, but leave them loose. That way, if it has to wiggle a little bit, you have wiggle room. Of course, that square end goes here. You pop your terminals in through this block, and you're just going to bend a little tab. See how the tab just bend a little bit? It's real easy. Get the tab on the side of that terminal there, and that won't go out. And only one of these you have to do the bend to the side on it. Now you put your two screws in for your Where's our 4 terminals?
Right here in my hand.
Oh. Okay. Again, like I showed you a minute ago, we're going to make sure these things are squashed down. So this is just going to go from one side to the next. We're going to pick the shortest point.
Connection.
Shortest point. See how tight that is? Okay. Got our jump wires back on there where they'll burn up. I think we're good to go. Just for reference here. You should have continuity through your, that's your high limit thermal fuse, high limit thermostat, and then your heating element. Should have continuity through all three things. If you don't have continuity through all three of those things, you will not have heat. It takes all three of them to make it work. And all three of them can blow out. Obviously, as we've seen today, the wire itself can be the problem. The only way to find out is to tear it apart. The only way you can find out if that element or anything else is bad is by disassembling the unit. Okay, here's the trick with this. You have to lift this up, okay? And fish it back. Really, I got that in if we can do anything else. Alright. Okay. You gotta hang on, get right there. You hold that right there?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta get it up into that spot. There you go. You see how it just fell right down in there. Perfect. Alright, thank you guys. We'll come back. Okay, we're just gonna try to hurry up and get this thing back together here real quick. We're gonna shoot the video. We'll start the video back up so that it's done, and then that's it. Cause all we gotta do is put the screw in here, put the panel on, put the 2 screws here, plug this back into place, put our screws in here, plug the top panel here, and then slide it back and snap it back in place at the top. Slide our top panel on, 2 screws in the back, done. We'll run it. Okay, so I don't want to have to videotape all that stuff to, show that we did it. What we'll do is we'll come back once it's running and show you that it's running and heating. Thank you. Don't forget this cord before you put that panel on. Again, we're going to go ahead and put it back together here. We're back. We started out thinking this was going to be the element based upon what the customer was saying they've had it replaced multiple times. Come to find out, it was burnt wire after we took everything apart. We then ended up replacing the element, the thermal, the thermal cutoff, the thermal fuse, and thermostat because it was melted on the wire coming off the thermostat leg. So we did all that. We put it back into place. Now, I want to look at 2 things that we missed in the video. There's a sensor plug that you may make sure you put together, and then also the vent housing that I didn't say something about. So it comes back together. You get the heating element in place. You got your sensor for your wetness sensor. You plug that wire back in. Then your vent. Then put your front panel on. Get it slid down in place. Plug in your plug. 2 screws here. 4 screws here. Your top. Plug in your 2 wire harness connectors. Flip your top back. And then your top can slide on. Top. And then 2 screws. Now, first time we ran it. Power on. Set time dry. High temp. Oh, I would have hit the wrong button, wouldn't I? Yeah, it's running. I'm going to give it just a minute or 2 to heat up here. And we got heat. Go ahead and let it run for a while. So, I'm going to tilt it right, keep it level. Okay, so that's it. Fixed Samsung dryer, no heat. We've went through on how to test it to see if it was element or the thermal fuses. And we repaired it. If you have any comments or questions, just ask away. Please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.